Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Cujo, here once again with some rambling shit. I'm here with my boy DJ, Dennis. You guys know him best as one of the scum lords, DJ.
Yeah!
305071 version motherfucking 2. It might be version motherfucking 3 next time if he fucks up, but it's version 2 right now.
Yes,
We're
sir.
sitting here, we're puffing on one of these Cuban cigars, a Monte Cristo number 2 limited edition 2003, while drinking on some shit.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to sit here and talk to you assholes about shit that just went down. So, with that said, let's get started, shall we?
Let's go.
I think one of the first things that we should talk about, if we're going to talk about E3, I say, fuck it, we might as well just go in chronological order. Let's start with day one and with the Microsoft press conference.
Call of Duty suck.
Okay, well, that was not me. You guys might have expected me to say some shit like that, but that was DJ saying that shit. And why, in your opinion, why do you think Call of Duty sucked dicks?
To be honest with you, I think they just stole some Titanfall ideas, and they just came up with that.
Now, you need to elaborate on how they stole Titanfall ideas, because, you know, all of these people in the COD community that, you know, love COD very much, they're going to say that they didn't steal ideas, that they improved on them, like any natural person that likes a game or what have you. Please go into detail or an elaboration as to why you think that they stole from Titanfall.
Homie, it's clear as day, man. You can see the double jump first to come into effect first. You got that double jump, then they're gonna come in with that suit. Come on. That thing look like some Elysium movie crap.
A lot of people were saying that it did
know,
look like Elysium,
It
yes.
looked like Elysium, but in my opinion, I don't go by that one. My opinion, personally, it looks more like some Dead Space, you know? When I saw that back brace going into effect, I saw like, damn, really? It's gonna look like Dead Space now? Just with guns, with like, you know, futuristic weapons?
I never really thought about it looking like Dead Space until you mentioned that. And now that I'm thinking about that, referencing Dead Space in my dome here in my mind, I would have to say that you were somewhat correct on the way that the character appearances, as far as the, you know, the exoskeleton suit of how Dead Space was or what have you. In my own personal opinion, I feel that in previous years, if you guys want to get technical, all of you fucking COD heads are gonna probably
I'm a
comment.
COD head, though. I'm a COD head for life. But
You are a COD head.
They
Now,
messed up, yo.
if anybody has anything to say of anything, or if anybody knows how DJ really is, y'all motherfuckers know that have played games with this guy, that this guy is the most diehard COD player in the world. And he was even diehard about Blops 2, where I was optimistic about it and said that I didn't like Black Ops 2.
I went to Prestige Master on that shit, dawg.
And the way that I have to say about it is that if you looked at the Microsoft press conference in previous years, they always did start with COD, and it was always this, when the presentation was over, you always get this roar from the crowd that even if you weren't there, you felt the energy through your TV or through your computer where your hair stands up.
This year was garbage. This year was garbage.
It was extremely lackluster. Yes, I would have to agree with you on that one.
Hey, call me a fanboy or whatever from COD, but they messed up, man. I mean, I'm still gonna buy it, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna go all the way down to that Prestige, whatever they come out with. I am gonna get the Hardened Edition, though. I am gonna waste either the $80 or the $120 version of it. I'm still gonna get that.
But by you saying that,
because I want the season pass, fool. That's why. I ain't gonna pay that extra $50 just the side of it.
But if you're saying that it sucked and it looked lackluster, why would you even support COD in something that you know that wasn't living up to the hype as they were presenting it to you?
Because I want to go to that prestige, man. That's what it keeps me going. I ain't gonna lie about that.
But who gives a shit about the prestige? Do you
Hey.
give a shit about prestige right now in Call of Duty
Hell
Ghosts?
no.
Do you
Hell
care?
no.
Do you care about Call of Duty Ghosts?
On Ghost, I'm like, I think 4 going to 5 or 5 going to 6, something like that.
So so let me ask you this: if you feel and you're saying that it looked like shit, why are you gonna give your own hard-earned money to something that you said A, it looks like shit, and B, compared to the previous COD where you're just like, hey, I'm gonna get it and get that prestige? Don't you feel that you're gonna be in that same kind of scenario like you are with COD Ghosts right now?
Listen, one thing that I like about COD, C4ing people and hitting them with that tube. That is the main priority that I like getting people getting mad on. I'm the one that seeks the person that is trying to get that high kill streak. Next thing you know, he gets tube. Boom.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I've lost. COD has been lackluster to me ever since Black Ops 1.
Okay.
After Black Ops 1, I didn't think that COD had it in it anymore. Like that, just that the way that they thought about the game and the advancement that the game should have had, they didn't advance it like other games decided to take to the next level, in my opinion.
No, I agree with you. But one thing that I like from Black Ops 2 that I played was the league gameplay. I played that, and I was able to, maintain my rank.
Yeah.
And I was able to, conquer people.
Yeah, a lot of guys that I know that's in another clan.
And that's a challenge. I like that.
Yeah, and I get that, and I can see where that would be fun. I know.
There's no bullshit on that. It's just pure skills on that.
Shout out to Merc City, bitch. I don't really do this very often, promoting another clan, but I gotta give shouts out to Merc City because my boy Cisco the Ruler, he's the leader of the pack on that shit, and they've been holding it down on that shit right there. And then that's okay. If you have oppositions about that, you can speak your mind. It's okay. It's your own opinion. It's your own opinion.
Hey, from what I remember, I'm not gonna disrespect anybody, but all I can think of is a bunch of tryhards. I'm not a tryhard, to be honest with you. I just go in and I try to fuck your KD up. That's what people worry about. I don't worry about my KD. I could give a fuck. I could go 5-30, but you know what? I'm that dude that stopped you from getting that high kill streak that you wanted to get to on Call of Duty.
That's a good point. You're one of those guys that people hate when they're about to get that streak and you end up dropping them down. That's a great point. I
get so much hate message, man. I call them fanboys. I call them fan males.
I would have to agree with that. And I would have to agree in a sense, like, you have those fanboys that, and realistically, they're so blinded by the COD franchise. This is my own opinion.
Bro.
That they're so COD oriented, and this isn't to single out a particular group, a particular clan, or a particular person. I'm trying to call out the community in general, that there's a lot of folks in the COD community that just think, hey, Blops 2 and Call of Duty Ghosts look better than Battlefield and some of the other better looking games that are out there graphically, not necessarily game wise, because they're two different types of games. You can't put them on the same level. But graphically,
you cannot put them in
but graphically, I don't think that COD looks better than Battlefield in any way. I think that you are a troglodyte to think in such a way that COD looks better than Battlefield. That just doesn't make sense to me.
No.
And with that said, we're going to move on to the next part of the Microsoft press conference, because we're about 9 minutes in talking about COD.
What COD right now, dude?
There you go. You got it right there. Was there anything else that stood out for you for the Microsoft press conference?
Not really. All I could think of was the MK and Batman.
One of the things that really stood out for me that I thought was impressive.
Shit, I want to see Street Fighter in the next gen, dog. I can't wait for that shit.
Street Fighter would be the shit, but that hasn't been announced yet. I mean, let's keep it with what's been currently announced. I think that Microsoft.
It could be Tekken.
It could be. I mean, Microsoft, I think I would have to give the I'd have to give the Microsoft press conference a B.
Hey, no, them motherfuckers won by like 5 points.
I don't think so. I don't think Microsoft beat PlayStation or PlayStation beat Microsoft. And I'm gonna
let me rephrase. Let me take that back. I'm sorry. I think they were both head to head because they both were about the same. They didn't announce enough. I was expecting Gears.
I was expecting Gears. They didn't announce Gears of War.
Oh man.
They did not announce Gears of War. I was very disappointed in that as well. I would have to agree with you on that. And one of the things that I did find impressive, which was a stellar move. We all heard the rumors about the Halo 2 anniversary edition, and they just went tenfold. 100 multiplayer maps, all 4 Halos for $60 a piece. And in my personal opinion, I think that that's a really great value, especially for those that grew up playing the Halo franchise, that have that nostalgic feeling.
Clear this for me though. I didn't get the chance to play Halo 2, you know, when it was online, because I never had internet back then. I only played the campaign.
Halo 2, after I finished playing the campaign on Legendary, I played it the first night on Legendary. I stayed up all night. It took me 8 hours, 45 minutes, 53 seconds. You can check the stats. And that was probably one of the most insane campaigns that made me want to buy internet in my house to play that shit.
The dual wielding weapon, I like that. I like when they first innovated that into the game, that it was the dual wield weapons. I like that. I never finished the campaign, to be honest with you, back then in the Xbox, in the original Xbox. I never finished it. But now, I don't know about this. If they're going to take a Halo 2 version for the 360, because they mentioned it, they were going to take it out. I don't know if it's separate or it's going to be added to the collection, that it's going to be only for the Xbox One. Because from my understanding, back then, they mentioned it that they were going to take out a Halo 2 for the 360 anniversary, because they were going to pushed back Halo 5 Guardians, that it was going to come out later on the Xbox One or the 360.
That's an excellent question. To my knowledge,
so for
100% fact that I know of right now, there was no mention of the Halo anniversary for 360. The Halo anniversary was only announced for Xbox One, which is quote-unquote current gen. 360 is last gen, if you guys want to get technical. And that it was going to have
trying to get
that it was going to have 100 multiplayer maps. It would have 80. It was going to have 80 of the multiplayer maps original. They would transfer seamlessly depending on what kind of playlist you decided to get into. And then the remaining 20 maps were those in Halo 4. What were they? The Spartan Ops maps.
Right.
But overall, I would have to give the Microsoft conference a B+. And then we're going to talk about the PlayStation conference here in a second. But overall, the reason why I gave Microsoft a B+ was because of the fact that they didn't really have a lot of first-person titles besides Sunset Overdrive, and I think maybe the Halo Collection, and maybe one more. Sunset Overdrive looked very gorgeous. It was a very beautiful-looking game. I'm very excited to get my hands on that. But really, there weren't all that many exclusives. A lot of the stuff that they talked was a lot of cross-title.
A lot of remakes.
A lot of remakes, and I think that that's one of the things that hurts current gen right now, is because they're doing all these remakes instead of doing the originality. With that said, this is the end of the Microsoft portion of the E3 Roundup. Check us out for part 2 when we start talking about the PlayStation 4 conference, their games, and what grade that we end up putting for them. So with that said, you guys be easy. This is Cujo, DJ. We signing out. Stay tuned for part 2. We're going to put that up here in a moment.